with an orange exercise balloon, put it back. See if we know which ones have the orange ones. Oh, good. You're untangling yours, aren't you, Jacob? Thank you. How about the yellow one? There's only one yellow one. And the blue ones? Good. Whoops. There we go. You want to put yours away too, Carrie? Now I'm going to have Carrie be our flag bearer today. And boys and girls, would you stand up at your house to get ready to do the Pledge of Allegiance? There you go. I'm going to put you right over here, Carrie, so all of our friends at home can see you. Chris, I'll have you stand next to me. And Lonnie right there. Adam right there. And Jacob. And Kathy. And we'll move Carrie out just a little bit so everyone can see the flag. Right there, sweetie. There you go. And put it right in the front. You know your right hand. Let's see if you know your right hand. Can you hold your right hand up? Okay, the other one, Adam. There you go. It's tricky sometimes. Sometimes we get fooled. That's right, Jacob. Friends at home, do you have your right hand? Good. Now put it near your heart. Not right on top, just near it. And let's see if we can all stay together, because those words are pretty big, and we'll try to stay all together. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. There's a lot of hard words in that, isn't there? And the more you practice it, the better you'll get at it. Thank you very much, Carrie. Boys and girls, do you see anywhere in the romper room, on the wall, somewhere where there's a big, long word, and there's a boy reading a book?
Right there.
Oh, go show me. Show me where you see it. That's it. It's way up high. And that word, do you have any idea what that big, long word says? It's a big, long, hard one. It says library. And this is Library Week, and we want all of our friends to use their library. Have you ever been to the library?
I have.
You have? Adam, what do you do when you go to the library?
Read a book.
You read a book? What do you do when you go to the library, Chris?
Read a book.
And you read a book? Has anybody ever taken out any records when they went to the library?
No.
Jacob, you have?
I borrowed a record.
You borrowed a record. That's what you do when you go to the library. Libraries have records, and they have books that you can take out. Has anybody ever taken out a magazine?
I have.
You have, Adam?
I have.
And you have too, Chris? What, Carrie, what have you taken out when you go to the library? A magazine? And boys and girls, there's all sorts of things that you can use at the library. You can go and you can take out magazines and favorite books. And sometimes you can learn how to do you like to make things sometimes?
Yeah.
Like make crafts? You can get library books in the library on how to make crafts. And friends at home, don't go away because we'll back. Sometimes I want to have a book that shows how to make
It is not. It is too. Humphrey, it is not. It is too, Pussyfoot. I know one way to make you see it my way.
Hey, what's going on here?
Humphrey and I were having
this week. And I'm going to show you how to make a book of your very own called a me book. Have you made one of these, Adam? Do you put pictures in them? Well, I'm going to show all of the boys and girls at home what's in the me book, and I'll make sure that you can all see the pictures. You can use colored paper if you want, or you can use white paper. I made 2 of them to show you, and this is just all out of extra white paper that you might have around your house. And a me book, what would you think would be in a me book?
Animals.
Animals that you would like, do you think, Adam? What else could be in a me book? Jacob, you had your hand up.
Cats.
Cats, do you like cats? So there could be pictures of cats that you like. Dogs, if you like dogs. Can you think of any food that you like?
Crackers.
Crackers? You could have a picture of yourself eating crackers. That's a good idea. Chris?
Pizza.
Pizza. Chris would draw himself eating pizza. Well, I go along with you on that one, Chris. Jacob?
Meat.
Meat, and you would have yourself eating meat. And maybe you like to play games. You could have yourself playing different games. This one is a picture. I'll show you, Adam, as soon as I show the boys and girls at home. This is a picture by Julie Hoffer, and this is a picture of Julie and her sister. And she loves her sister, and that's why she did a picture of herself and her sister. And I'll show all of you here. And if you don't know how to write words, you can draw a picture and have your mom or grown-up write the words down. Show you this one. This one is a picture called Me and a Flower, and it's by Charla Hudson, and she's 4 years old. And she likes flowers, so she drew a picture of herself and a flower. And I'm going to show you, boys and girls, how to make a me book. We'll close this one up because that one's all finished. You take some paper. And I took all different colors of paper, but as I said, you could just use white paper. And this might be where you need a grown-up to help you with this part. Do you know why I'm going to put holes in it?
Why?
Why do you think?
For the strings.
For the string. That's right, Carrie.
I need strings.
Well, how do you think we would hold it together, Adam? Yep, that's how we hold it together. That's why we need holes. I'll make some more holes so they'll all be the same size and in the same place. That way our book won't be crooked. This is something that a grown-up really should do, boys and girls. And I'll put a few more, and there. Now we have the beginning of our book with holes there and holes there. Now do you know what I'm going to do? What do you think the next part's going to be? What, Jacob?
A broken letter.
Right, put string on it. You were right, Chris. You said that I was going to write the word me, and I could do that now if I wanted to. It doesn't really matter when you do that part. If you don't have yarn at home, boys and girls, you can use a piece of string, just something that will keep it all together. And I would like you to send me pictures that you've done that we can put in our me book and make it very, very big. And I would like you to send your pictures to Romper Room School, 1 Jack London Square, Oakland, California, 94607. Now,
I live in California.
you live in California? I think we all live in California, Carrie. That's good that you know. You don't? Where do you live, Chris?
I live in Pleasanton.
You're not
I don't
sure?
live in here. I live in Pleasanton.
Well, Pleasanton's a town in California, Adam. And boys and girls, there we have it. There's the yarn keeping our book together. Now I'm going to print. See if you know what letters I'm printing that spell me. Do you know?
A.
Almost. Watch again. M. And what do you think the next letter is? Almost.
L.
Oh, that's an L, but now look at
E.
E. That's right. And if you want to make it fancy, you can do it with another color. You can use markers, or you can use color crayon. I used blue, and now what color am I using? Orange, right. I'm not going to use the yellow marker because do you think the yellow would show up very well on the yellow paper? No.
Because it's yellow paper and it's yellow marker.
That's right. Yellow paper on yellow marker doesn't show up. And boys and girls, there's our me book, and in our me book there are no pictures. Do you know why there are no pictures? I didn't draw any, and I'm waiting for all of our friends at home, and maybe you can send pictures of things that you like. It could be yourself, your family. It could be things you like to eat or things you like to do.
A picture of Papa eating the spinach.
You can send a picture of Papa eating spinach, Adam. That would be a great picture. And you know, I know a bee that really likes to dance. Do you know a bee in Romper Room that likes to dance?
No.
You don't know?
Doobie.
Right, come on over because Doobie wants to dance, and I think he's got something that he wants to tell us after he dances. Let me see if I'm right. Oh, I knew it. He wants us to get some exercise and to be bees. Would you like to be a bee and buzz all around? All right, Mr. Music and friends at home, you dance with us. Here we go. Then you can buzz all around. Good wings, too. You're really moving those arms. You want to come and stand in the front so all of our bees aren't crowded in one corner? Oh, that was great dancing. What do they? Okay, I think that they know that, but I'm going to tell them anyway. Boys and girls, do you think it's very smart to ever lay a book down like that?
No.
No. What might happen?
It might fall.
You're right, Chris. It might fall apart. That's right. You're always supposed to close a book before you put it down. And friends at home, do be a book careful. That's what Doobie's message is today. And let's dance one more time with Doobie, all right? Here we go, Mr. Music. Who's buzzing behind me? Hi, Chris.
Hey, let's have breakfast. Tastes like crisp honey graham crackers.
Oh, those golden grahams, golden honey, just a touch with grahams, golden wheat.
Tastes great. Golden grahams, part of a good breakfast.
Try those golden grahams and have a golden day.
Aha! Juice, toast, milk, and delicious fruit-flavored tricks. The right disguise will get me some. Welcome to Hawaii, Hawaii, Hawaii.
We're fine. How are you?
Oh, thank you. Aloha tricks in raspberry red, lemon yellow, orange, orange. Woo!
It's the rabbit. Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids.
Bum, bum.
Hey, Dudley Rabbit here. You can shake your head, you can shake a leg, but now this Easter you can shake an egg. It's the new fun way to color eggs with my Shake an Egg Easter kit. Look, you get 6 packets of kooky coloring crystals, 6 shaker bags, my handy drying rack, 5 egg stands, plus 4 puppet mittens. To shake an egg, just dip a hard-boiled egg in water and put it in a bag. Now add the coloring crystals and shake. Let the eggs dry, then rinse with water. And look what a fabulous burst of color you've created. Use my Easter pals to show off the very best eggs. So look for Dudley's Shake an Egg, the new fun way to color eggs. And here's an adorable way to say Happy Easter to someone you love. It's Cuddly Dudley, a very huggable Easter surprise that'll be a real favorite all year long. Available at fine stores everywhere.
Boys and girls, we just learned about making our own book. Do you have any idea what a person is called that writes a book? Have you ever heard of what they call a person who writes a book?
Beer.
I didn't hear you, Chris?
Beer.
Oh, well, this is about a bear, but a person who writes a book is called an author. Have you ever heard that word before? An author?
No. Yeah. No.
You've heard that word, Jacob? Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this author. This author, he wrote all about Clifford the dog, and his name is Norman Birdwell. And just one day, I guess, he was sitting down and he was thinking about a story he'd like to write. And he thought and he thought and he used his imagination. He just started thinking, and all of a sudden he thought, I know, I'll write about a dog, and I'll name the dog Clifford. He doesn't even have a dog really named Clifford. He just made it up in his mind. And that's what an author is. An author is a person who writes a book. And we also have read other books about Paddington Bear. And Paddington Bear, the man who wrote Paddington Bear, his name is Michael Bond, and he's the author. And we're going to read a book today called Paddington's Lucky Day. Have you ever gone grocery shopping with a grown-up? Well, watch what happens to Paddington Bear at the grocery store. One day, not long after Paddington went to live with the Browns at number 32 Windsor Gardens, Mrs. Brown thought she would take him out shopping. We're going to the Portobello Road, she exclaimed. It's a big market outdoors, quite near here. You should bring your pocket money, added Jonathan. There's a lot to see. Paddington didn't need asking twice, and soon afterwards they all set off. Suddenly they turned a corner and he found himself in what seemed like a different world. A world of outdoor stands and pushcarts, gold and silver ornaments, books, old furniture, fruit and vegetables, people. His eyes grew larger and larger as he tried to take it all in. He's just seeing so much. One store was even having its picture taken. That's a new supermarket, exclaimed Judy. There must be something special going on. Paddington's mouth began to water as he peered through the glass. Perhaps I could do some shopping for you, Mrs. Brown, he said hopefully, just wanting to go into that grocery store. Mrs. Brown hesitated. She wasn't at all sure about letting him go off on his own quite so soon. But Jonathan told her not to worry. Even Paddington can't get lost in a supermarket, he said. What goes in must come out. We can meet him by the checkout counter on our way back, added Judy. So Paddington's going into the grocery store all by himself. Paddington felt most important as he entered the store. He lifted his hat to the manager, who was standing just inside the door, and then consulted Mrs. Brown's shopping list. So he just looked over the whole list of things he had to get. Everywhere he looked, there were shelves piled high with boxes and cans. There was even one shelf with nothing but marmalade. That's just like jelly. He could certainly see why it was called a supermarket. His paws were soon full, and he was just beginning to wish he'd left his suitcase at home when he saw the manager coming toward him, pushing a large basket on wheels. May I suggest you use one of these, sir? He called. You can take as much as you want now, he continued. Can I really? Exclaimed Paddington. The manager nodded. Yes, we like to make sure our customers are happy. Paddington looked most impressed. In that case, I think I'll take 2 baskets. Oh, look at the groceries he has. The more Paddington saw of the supermarket, the more he liked it, and he felt sure that Mrs. Brown would be pleased when she saw all of his free groceries. Do you usually get free groceries when you go into a store? No. The other customers looked on in amazement. Perhaps he's trying to win an eating prize. Uh-oh. But the customers weren't the only ones who were watching Paddington with interest. Since he had been in the store, the manager had been joined by several other important-looking men, all looking at Paddington and starting to clap. Paddington had never been in a store where they tried so hard to make their customers happy. "Well done," said the lady, handing him a ticket. "I hope you brought a truck with you for all of these groceries." Paddington stared at the long roll of paper in his paw. "Over $150 worth?" he gasped, hardly able to believe his eyes or his ears. Giving the man who had just said he could take as much as he wanted, "I've only got a nickel." Looking up, Paddington suddenly caught sight of a crowd of people coming toward him. "Watch out!" cried the lady as he made a grab for his groceries. But it was too late. With a roar, he tumbled down. Paddington was still sitting on the floor, covered with groceries, when the Browns rushed into the store to see what was going on. All in all, he decided he was much safer where he was for the time being. "You wouldn't think," said the manager, "that giving someone a prize would be so difficult." "A prize?" echoed the Browns. "This young Barry says happens to be our 1,000th customer today, and he gets all of these groceries for free." "All of which," said Judy as they staggered home laden with groceries, "only goes to show that bears always fall on their feet." And friends, don't go away, because we'll be right back. Did you like that?
Look, the Burger King has a magic lasso.
I doubt that lasso trick is true. Any hunk of rope will do.
Now here are some fries and another surprise.
You can sign up now for the pitch, hit, and run competition. Boys and girls 9 through 12 can get entry blanks and details at participating Burger King restaurants. Every kid who enters gets this official pitch, hit, and run patch.
He's got food and fun for everyone. Burger King, yay!
Cheerios. Crunchy, yummy Oreos. The tasty way to round out this nutritious breakfast when you want Cheerios. The great taste of Cheerios. Cheerios. Just Cheeriodle.
I got Captain Keds and his dog, Ked Sam. Me too, and Cheerios.
Ked stickers with Captain Keds and his dog, Ked Sam.
I like them.
One free in specially marked Cheerios boxes.
If you like outer space adventure, don't miss this guy. He's back weekdays at 5. Johnny Sacco and his flying robot. He's back on the Captain Cosmic Show weekdays at 5. And we'll have secret decoder messages, 2T2 giveaways, special announcements, robots, and all sorts of weird people on our show. Weekdays at 5, right here on 2.
Boys and girls, if there's a grown-up, would you ask them to listen very closely? This week in Romper Room on Tuesday, what is an illustrator? On Wednesday, we're having a visit from a librarian. On Thursday, Smokey the Bear. And on Friday, how a book is printed. Romper, bomper, stomper, boo. Tell me, tell me, tell me, do. Magic mirror, tell me today. Have all my friends had fun at play? Hi, Tisha and Marilyn. I see you, Vito and Olivia. Hi, Irene and Shermie. Hi, Randy and Pepper. And I'll see you in Romper Room at 8:30.
Romper Room, featuring Teresa Hawken, is a Burt Claster production. Doctors Gilbert B. Schiffman and Paul Daniels, Department of Education, the Johns Hopkins University, and consultants to Romper Room have participated in the formulation of and approved the format of the Romper Room program. The exercises on Romper Room have been developed in cooperation with the President's Council on Technical...
Jack says it's time for Romper Romper Room. And boys and girls, I want you to stand up at your house because we're getting ready to be Flopsy rag dolls. Do Flopsy dolls have bones?
No.
No. Do they have muscles?
No.
No. Are they all nice and loose?
No.
They're all nice and loose, and let's be real loose. Let's put our hands out, and you get ready, friends at home. Here we go. Let's flopsy our fingers. Let's flopsy our hands. Let's flopsy our arms like rubber bands. Now flopsy your heads. Let your legs flopsy too. Like a flopsy rag doll, I'll flop down with you. We all have to flop down on the floor. We can't even stand up.
Okay.
You know what just happened? Chris just got bones back in his body and stood up. Okay, well, let's get those bones back. All right, now let's get rid of all those bones. Get rid of all those bones and all those muscles, and it's all ready to flop around again, all right? Here we go. Let's flopsy our fingers. Let's flopsy our hands. Let's flopsy our arms like rubber bands. Now flopsy your head. Let your legs flopsy too. Like a flopsy rag doll, I'll flop down with you. You know, I think I'm the last one to get all those bones and muscles back in my body. Does that mean you want to do it one more time?
No.
No. All right, well, let's keep all those muscles and bones. Chris, I'd like you to hold the flag today. Okay, would you hold it? You'll get a chance next time, Adam. Let me put you right over here, Chris.
What is it over?
Right there. No. Jacob, would you come on over here and stand here? There you go. Taffy right here.
Yes,
Lonnie right here. No, I would like you to be over here, Adam, right here. Thank you. And Carrie right here. That's it. Friends at home, would you stand up with us? We'll move back just a little bit. And get your right hand. Let's see if we have our right hands. And let's move you a little bit this way, Chris. That's it. Put that flag right there. There you go. Oh, we've got it. Let's see. Do you know which one yours is, Taffy? This one right here? Oh, other one. That's it. Friends at home, do you have your right hand?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Put it near your heart. And let's say those big words all together, all right? And see if we can stay together. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That was really good. Thanks a lot, Chris. You see that mat right there?
Yeah.
We're going to have some fun on our mat. And friends at home, I want you to see if you know the shapes on this mat. Let's move it all right in the middle here. Thank you, Adam. We'll leave it right there. There we go. And now I need one line. Can you make a line right behind Taffy? One line. See if you can do that. And it doesn't matter if you're first or if you're last because you're all going to get a turn. Adam, can you get behind Chris? Let's see if we know what shapes these are. What shape do you see, Taffy? You see a round, and you know what that round one's called? It's called a circle. What's this one right here, the blue one?
A square.
A square, and how about that yellow one? What's that called?
Triangle.
A triangle. And friends at home, if you don't have a mat like this, maybe a grown-up can make the shapes and put them on the floor for you, and then you can jump into them. Now, I want you to listen very carefully. I would like you, Taffy, to jump in the square, then in the triangle, and then to the circle. You do that? All right, let's see you do it. Mr. Music? Good. That was great. And you really know how to follow directions. All right, Jacob, let's see. I'd like you to jump in the square, then the triangle, then the circle. And friends at home, you watch and see if he's doing it. Good for you. All right, Lonnie. First jump in the square, then the triangle, then the circle. That was very quick. You think the directions are still going to be the same, Carrie? You're right. Let's see if you heard me say it to the others, if you know how to do it. Go ahead. Good listening. Good for you. You ready, Chris? Do you want me to give those directions again, or do you think you know? Want me to tell you? Okay, first jump into the square, then the triangle, then the circle. Good. You ready, Adam? First the square. Oh, you already know. All right, go ahead. Those are big jumps. Good for you. I'm going to change it now. You ready, Taffy? I would like you to hop in the square, then the circle, then the triangle. Hopping. Good. All right, and friends, don't go away because we'll be right back. Jacob, I'd like you to hop in the square, then the circle, then the triangle on one foot. Hard. Good for you.
I learned some things about last night I bet you'd like to know. Like what? Well, like our Japanese forefathers were great artists, great environmentalists, and loyal warriors when they had to be. And what about us? Japanese Americans came to the United States around 1870 and settled down to raise families. We built railroads, turned California's Central Valley Desert into fertile farmland, and brought new life to California's fishing industry. Yeah, but during World War II, we were forced into internment camps. At the same time, Japanese American soldiers of the 442nd were the most decorated soldiers in the war. It was a hard time, but I guess we came out of it stronger than before. Now we're congressmen, athletes, cinematographers, doctors, and artists. And you know, I'm proud to be a Japanese American.
Boys and girls, the story I'm going to read to you today is a fairy tale. And a fairy tale is a story that people can think of in their minds about witches and ghosts and fairies. And this is a fairy tale called The Elves and the Shoemaker. There once was a good shoemaker who became very poor. At last, he had only one piece of leather to make one pair of shoes. "Well," said the shoemaker to his wife, "I will cut the leather tonight and make the shoes in the morning." Only had one piece of leather left. That's not very much. The next morning, he went to his table, and he couldn't believe what he saw. The leather was polished, the sewing was done, and there was a fine pair of shoes. Not one stitch was out of place. "Do you see what I see?" asked the shoemaker. "Indeed I do," said his wife. "I see a fine pair of shoes." But who could have made them?" the shoemaker said. "It's just like magic," said his wife. At that very moment, a man came in with a top hat and cane. "Those shoes look just right for me," said the man. And so they were. They were right from heel to toe. "How much do they cost?" "1 gold coin," said the shoemaker. "I'll give you 2, said the man. And he went on his way with a smile on his face and the new shoes on his feet. "Well, well," said the shoemaker. "Now I can buy leather for 2 pairs of shoes." And he cut the leather that night so he could make the shoes in the morning. The next morning, the shoemaker woke up, and he found 2 pairs of ladies' shoes. They were shining in the sunlight. "Who is making these shoes?" said the shoemaker. "They are the best shoes in the world." At that very moment, two ladies came in. They looked exactly alike. "My, what pretty shoes," said the ladies. "They will surely fit us." And the ladies were right. They gave the shoemaker 4 gold coins, and away they went. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, in their pretty new shoes. And so it went. Every night the shoemaker cut the leather. Every morning the shoes were made. And every day more people came to buy his beautiful shoes. But who's making the shoes? Just before Christmas, the shoemaker said, "Whoever is making these shoes is making us very happy and rich," said his wife. "Let us stay up and see who it is," the shoemaker said. "Good," said his wife. So they hid behind some coats, and they waited and waited and waited. When the clock struck 12, in came 2 little elves. "Elves!" cried the shoemaker. "Shh!" said his wife. At once the elves hopped up on the table and set to work. Tap, tap went their hammers. Snip, snap went their scissors. Stitch, stitch went their needles. Their tiny fingers moved so fast the shoemaker and his wife could hardly believe their eyes. The elves sewed and they hammered and they didn't stop until all the shoes were finished. There were little shoes and big ones. There were white ones and brown ones. The elves lined them up all in a row. The next morning, the wife said, "The elves have made us so very happy, I'm going to make them new clothes to keep them warm and happy. So I'll make them pants and shirts and coats, and I'll knit them socks and hats, and you can make each a pair of shoes." "Yes, yes," said the shoemaker, and away to work they went. On Christmas Eve, the shoemaker left no leather on the table. He left all the pretty gifts instead. And then he and his wife hid to see what the elves would do. When the clock struck 12, in came the elves ready to set to work. But when they looked at the table and saw the fine clothes, they laughed and clapped their hands. "How happy they are," said the shoemaker's wife. "Shh," said the husband. The elves put on the clothes and looked in the mirror and began to sing. They hopped over the table and jumped over the chairs. They skipped all around the room, danced out the door, and were never seen again. But from that night on, everything always went well for the good shoemaker and his wife. You like that? It's a good fairy tale. The elves just kept making those shoes, and they made them so fast. Do you think that's like magic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like magic. Boys and girls, would you take your stools and put them next to the wall so we have lots of room for our tunnel?
I knew there was a word to make you.
You knew that already, did you, Jacob? Sometimes the tunnel's very, very funny to take out because watch what ends up happening. It just springs all apart. Do you think that you could get in one line?
Yeah.
Let's have everyone get behind Jacob this time. Can you do that? And friends at home, if you don't have a tunnel, maybe you can go underneath the table if it's okay with the grown-up. If you want to be a wild animal coming through that tunnel, Jacob, why don't you be any wild animal you want? All right, get ready for the tiger. Here we come. I didn't hear that tiger. I guess he must not be very hungry. How about you, Adam, and what are you going to be?
Lion.
A lion. I bet we're going to hear it. And friends, we'll be right back. Don't go away.
satisfied. Always after with Lucky Charms with sweet marshmallow surprises. Part of this complete breakfast.
Sounds yummy.
Rock the Lucky Charms.
They're magically delicious.
It's Battlestar Galactica spacecraft stickers.
There's free spacecraft on each card.
With Battlestar spacecraft, you can give most anything a Galactica look. One of 4 cards in specially marked boxes of Lucky Charms.
Ready, kids? Reach for a prize.
What can it be? Burgers and fries.
I'll uncover your trickery. Your magic looks pretty fishy to me.
Well, this will bowl you over, Duke.
A pitch, hit, and run booklet where 3 Major League players give you tips on pitching, hitting, and running. Plus a King iron-on your mother can iron on your shirt. Free to kids 12 or younger at participating Burger King restaurants. The Pitch, Hit, and Run booklet.
He's got food and fun for everyone. Burger King, yay!
Cheerios. Crunchy, yummy Oreos. The tasty way to round out this nutritious breakfast. When you want Cheerios. The great taste of Cheerios. Cheerios. Just Cheeriodle.
I got Captain Keds and his dog, Ked Sam. Me too, and Cheerios.
Ked stickers with Captain Keds and his dog Ked Sam.
I like them.
1 free in specially marked Cheerios boxes.
There's only one, too. And there's only one $6 million man, and Steve Austin is that man. A classified top-secret creation of the United States government. Almost completely destroyed, astronaut Steve Austin is rebuilt. He is stronger, faster, and better than before. Tune in and watch the $6 million man. He's worth every penny. The $6 million man. Every weekday at 6 on Channel 2.
Boys and girls, we've been talking about what an author is. Do you remember what an author is? What's an author? A person who...
There's not bones or legs.
Oh, that's our Flopsy. Well, that was a good try, though, Adam. An author is a person who...
I know.
What? Writes... What? Writes a book. Good for you, Jacob. And do you have any idea what an illustrator does to a book? Oh, that's very close. He said prints it, but an illustrator does the pictures. And this is our guest, Donna K. Johnson, and she has done something very special, which I'm going to show you. This book is called Bright Eyes, and she is the author of the book. It means that she wrote the book, and she's also the illustrator of the book, which means that she did the pictures. And she's going to show us how she drew those pictures today, right, Donna?
Right.
Well, that's great. What are you going to show us today? How we're going to actually be able to draw these ourselves, or...
Yes, I'm going to show you how you can take simple shapes and make them into an animal. You've probably taken simple shapes and made houses if you've drawn a house or a tree. Well, now I'll show you how to do an animal using similar shapes. So,
let me ask the boys and girls this, and especially our friends at home, too. Have you ever tried to draw something, and you start to draw it, and it just doesn't turn out right? Yeah, that's happened to you, Adam?
Not to me.
Not to you, Chris? I know that some of our friends at home try to start drawing something, Donna, and then they start and they get so upset because it just doesn't look that way. So maybe you can give us some hints today how they could get started.
all right, I will first show you the simple shapes. And I think the first one you're going to know right away. Now, can you tell me what that is?
A circle.
Sure, you just jumped in one, didn't you? Okay, the second shape is a little different, but it's very close to that one.
Circle.
Oval? Someone say oval? That was good. Or egg shape, you can call it that too. The next one is that shape.
Triangle.
That's very close to a triangle. You could call it that, or you can call it a cone, but both are right. Then the last shape, I don't know, you can make up your own name for this. Then I'm going to put it all together, and then we'll see what we end up with. Okay. Now, shall I just draw it and see if you can guess what the animal is? And then hope I draw it well enough so you can guess what an animal is. Okay, we're going to start with the oval. Okay, we'll go like that. I'm going to put a circle right here. Okay. Then we're going to put a cone, about like that. Now, what does that look like at that point?
A duck.
It does, doesn't it? Okay, well, we'll make it look like something else in just a minute. Now, these shapes are just kind of like a half of a circle. And those are, you know what those are?
What did she just put on that animal that looks like a duck? Does that look like anything to you?
No.
Ears. Adam thought
Oh.
that looks like ears.
Well, that's very good. Okay, now we're going to put a little black spot here. I'm sure you know what that is. Little nose. Now, this will kind of help you figure out what the animal is.
I think Chris has already said it.
Oh, yes,
What did you
bet.
say, Chris?
I said a bear.
You said a bear.
That is the relative of the bear. You're very close. Now we're going to make a few little connecting lines here like this.
Person.
Okay, now we're going to use a couple more little cone shapes here.
know.
Like,
What does it look
see?
like?
Squirrel.
You're getting there.
Pretty close.
Now, this ought to help.
Monkey.
What is it? Ah,
Oh, boy.
you got it.
My pal. Who said raccoon?
Chris said
Very
raccoon.
good. Hey, you really caught on there fast. Okay.
Did you know by
I'm doing
looking
this
at the
very
tail,
fast.
Chris? By looking at the tail.
Now, this is a very simple way to draw a raccoon. And sometime you can just try this. Now, if you try it and you have trouble, don't worry, because I have lots of trouble many times. And I have to start over again. But the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And it can be a lot of fun. It's like putting together a puzzle.
Donna, let me ask you this, and to let the boys and girls at home know. Did you practice when you were a little girl, drawing a lot?
Yes, I loved flowers, and I liked to just kind of express anything I saw with drawings. And that just was because it was a natural thing to me. But anyone can do it if they just try. And then it just develops. As you keep going, you get better and better, and then you can add more detail. Like, this is very simple, but you can add more to it. You can add a line here, make it more like the upper part of the leg. This for the front part. And then you can put hair on them. All kinds of things that you can add more to as you go along.
Donna, I would like to show the boys and girls. This belonged to Donna, and these are some pictures that she took. Can you tell us a little bit about these and how you got...
I know what it is.
Yeah, I bet you do.
A squirrel. A raccoon.
You're right again. Yes. Now, this raccoon's name is Bright Eyes, like in the book. Now, when an author writes a book, there are two kinds of books. There's one that you make up in your mind. Have you ever thought of stories in your mind?
Yeah.
Isn't that fun? Well, if you sometime have a good story, you can ask your mommy or your daddy to write it down for you. And then later on, you can write your own story. But in the meantime, you'll have
My
that.
mommy did.
She did?
I asked her to write a story down.
That's good.
And she did whatever I said.
That's
great,
just what
Jacob.
I'm saying. That's beautiful.
Well, Donna, I'd like to thank you very much for coming and showing the boys and girls at home and our friends here in Romper Room how they can get started on drawing.
Well, it was my pleasure, and it was nice to meet all of you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Boys and girls, do you think that you could help move back the easel that Donna was using? And then, friends at home, we're going to bounce some balls and have some fun. Thanks, Chris. Let's go over and get our bouncing balls. And if you have a bouncing ball at your house, be sure that you ask permission before you go bouncing it in the living room. Right over here, Chris. Oh, there we go. And the main thing that you have to do, boys and girls, when you're bouncing a ball, is you have to be sure that you keep your eyes on it. Here you go, Jacob. Yours just keeps getting away. There you go. You can start bouncing them if you want. Here, Jacob. Why don't you just leave it there? That's all right. Okay, here you go. Thank you. Be sure you keep your eyes on it. And that's it. Now you've got it, Adam. If you don't watch it, then they just get away. Chris, why don't you come on over here and let me see. Keep your eyes on it as you push it down. Oh, you're trying to do it with one hand. That's harder to do. And friends, don't go away. We'll be right back. Let's see how you're doing, Lonnie. Oh, you're trying it with one hand, too. That's hard. Whoa.
new Luke Skywalker X-Wing pilot from the Star Wars action figures collection, each sold separately.
I'm jealous. Want to buy a droid? Sure, what you got?
It's the new R5-D4 and the Power Droid.
So.
And here's Greedo, Han Solo, and Walrus Man.
You had it now, Solo. Yeah. Greedo, it's Ben Kenobi and his lightsaber. We're in trouble. Let's get out of here.
Luke Skywalker X-Wing pilot, R5-D4, Greedo, and other action figures sold separately, new from Kenner.
Tom and Jerry and TV Pow, every weekday at 4 o'clock here on Channel 2. Hi, I'm Pat McCormick, inviting you to join us for an exciting new TV game that you can play right from home. Watch, we have a game going right now, and nothing's happening. 10 shots, he's got one. 1 out of 10, and you're running down out of time. 2 out of 13. Wow. Hey, listen, send us a postcard, play TV Pow, win big prizes, and have fun. Join us for TV Pow and Tom and Jerry weekdays at 4 on Channel 2.
If you like outer space adventure, don't miss this guy. He's back weekdays at 5. Johnny Sacco and his flying robot. He's back on the Captain Cosmic Show weekdays at 5. And we'll have secret decoder messages, 2T2 giveaways, special announcements, robots, and all sorts of weird people on our show. Weekdays at 5, right here on 2.
Boys and girls, Safety Chief will be in Romper Room tomorrow, so be sure to come back. Romper, bumper, stomper, boo. Tell me, do. Magic mirror, tell me today. Have all my friends had fun at play? Hi, Samantha and Anne-Marie. I see you, Brian and Aaron. There's Dusty and Daniel. Hello, Andrew and Cassidy. Hi, Tiffany and Chris. Hi, Carrie and Kenneth. There's Ursula and Karen. And I'll see you in Romper Room at 8:30.
Romper Room, featuring Teresa Hawken, is a Burt Claster production. Doctors Gilbert B. Schiffman and Paul Daniels, Department of Education, the Johns Hopkins University, and consultants to Romper Room have participated in the formulation of and approved the format of the Romper Room program. The exercises on Romper Room have been developed in cooperation with the President's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports. Lucille is a ball, and I love Lucy, the brightest way to start your day. Next on Channel 2.
Children grow up so fast. That's why I make regular visits to my nearby JCPenney
The flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That was absolutely perfect. That was just great. Thank you very much, Jacob. You did a very nice job. I'll just put it right there. Oh, who's calling? Who's this? That's right. Hi, Safety Chief. Yes. Oh, I know. It's springtime and people are doing things in their garden and flowers are growing. Well, what happened? Oh, with the garden tools? Well, I think most of my friends know that they shouldn't play with garden tools. Well, did he get hurt? Just a little cut, but it could have been a lot worse, couldn't it? All right, well, we'll go over. You just have to tell me where he is, in San Mateo. All right, well, we'll go over to San Mateo. Thanks, Safety Chief. Bye-bye. Boys and girls, one of our friends in San Mateo was working out in the yard with his mommy and his daddy, and they were doing some gardening, and he took one of the tools and he started playing with it, and he got a little cut. Do you think that garden tools should be played with?
No.
No, and we need to go to San Mateo and tell them not to play with those garden tools. Let's get in our safety cars and go to San Mateo. And friends at home, if you don't have a safety car, maybe you can get a grown-up to get a box for you and put 2 holes in it And even if you don't have a box, what you can do is you can just come with us and pretend that you've got a car. Are you all ready? All right, here we go to San Mateo. Oh, well, we made it to San Mateo. And who would like to tell our friend that he shouldn't play with safety tools? Would you do that, Adam? Would you get out of your car? And he's right here. Would you tell him why he shouldn't play with garden tools?
The shark.
And what might happen?
Cut yourself.
That's right. And we hope all our friends out there will not play with garden tools. And let's get in our safety cars and get back to Romper Room. And friends, you come with us. Here we go. You ready? Well, we finally made it back to Romper Room. And let's put our hats away. That's it. It's a good idea to always put your things away, boys and girls, and don't go away because we'll be right back. Girls and boys, this is Library Week, and we've been studying about our library. And this is Carol Stone from the Oakland Public Library. And she's going to tell us a little bit about what her job is and about the library. Hi, Carol.
Good morning, Miss Teresa. Hello, boys and girls. Have any of you ever been to a library?
Yeah.
Have you? Has everybody? What about you? Have you? Well, what? Okay, very good. Then maybe you know about some of the things that are in libraries. What is a library? Books. Books, okay. Books. Does it have anything besides books?
Records.
Okay, we have records that have stories and songs and dances on them. What else?
Oh, I just heard a friend of ours at home, Carol, said newspapers.
Okay, we've got newspapers in the library. In fact, we have newspapers from all over the world in our library.
Magazines.
Okay, magazines we've got in our libraries. And some books that are like this. They're very lightweight. What are these kind of books called, do you know?
Storybooks.
Yep, and there's books that have soft covers. They're called paperback books. Another kind of thing that you might find in your library that would be a lot of fun for you are sets like this. A record and the book that goes with it. You can play the record on your record player at home and read the book and look at the pictures as you go along.
What is that book about?
The record has the story that you find in this book. And you can listen to the story and follow along right in the book.
I know I got when they got a book that some records don't have books.
That's right, and some books don't have records. Another kind of thing that we have for boys and girls in the library are fun activities, story hours, craft programs, contests, and games for you in your library. Has anybody ever had a story read to them at their library?
I did.
Sure, that happens in a lot of different libraries all over the area.
A story?
That's very good. In the library, Chris? That's a lot of fun to go to the library and have the librarian read to you.
When you go to a library and you find some books that you want to look at, what can you do with the books?
Read them.
Okay, you can sit right down in the library at the table and chairs that we have there and read the books right there.
And I know another thing, if you want to buy one or borrow one, you can
borrow it. That's exactly right. All the books at the library are free, but you can borrow them and take them home with you. There's one special thing you need when you borrow a book from the library. Does anybody know what that is? Okay, you need to have some sort of special thing, either a library card, that's what it's called. And the books in the library are there for you to borrow for free if you have a library card. And you know what you need to do to get a library card?
What?
You have to be able to print your name. Can anybody here print their name? Can you? Can you too? Then you people could probably get a library card from the library that's near your house and borrow all the books you want for free. Of course, when you borrow books, you have to bring them back when you're finished so that other people can use them too.
What would happen, boys and girls, if you never brought the books back? What do you think? Would anybody else ever get to take them out and have fun reading them?
No.
No, and that's why we have to make sure to always bring back library books after you've borrowed them.
Well, a long time ago, I forgot to. My mom's not remembering, but I am.
But you're remembering, Jacob?
Yeah, my mom's not.
Sometimes it's easy to forget, to put them away someplace where you don't see them and forget to bring them back. But it's important to try to return those books so that you can borrow more of them and so other people can use them and read them and enjoy them too.
Boys and girls, what do you think when you go to a library? Do you think it's okay to go to a shelf where all of the books live? Like each shelf is like a street, and each book lives in a certain place in the library. Do you think if you go to a shelf and you've just eaten some chocolate or you've just had a piece of fruit and your hands are sticky, do you think you should touch the books?
No.
No, why not?
Because your hands are sticky.
Right, and what might happen to the books?
They get gooey.
They'd get gooey and they'd get dirty. So what do you think you should always do before you touch your books?
Keep your hands clean.
Keep your hands clean. That's very, very important. That's right.
And what if it's raining outside when you go to the library? If it's pouring rain and you took a whole bunch of books outside and put them down in the rain, what would happen to them?
It'll be wet.
They'd get wet. And they wouldn't be much good after they've been all wet.
Well, I'll never go to the library when it's raining.
You can go to the library anytime that it's open, but just protect your books to keep them dry if you borrow them when it's raining out.
Oh dear, that's just our safety chief hat.
You know,
we can pick those up later, Chris. Well, Carol, I would like to thank you very, very much for coming and teaching us about the library. And boys and girls, if you have a grown-up around, you can ask them to take you to the library because they're in the library. There's so many things that you can do and learn about. Thank you very much for coming, Carol.
Thank you, Miss Teresa. It was nice to meet you, boys and girls, and I hope I'll see you at the library very soon.
Bye-bye. And boys and girls, do you know that Wiggly Will loves to read, and he goes to the library all the time, but you know what else he likes to do?
What?
He loves to have all of his friends wiggle. Yeah, I knew it. Wiggly wants us to go over where we have lots and lots of room, and he wants us to just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle all over the place, and we're going to have to find out what he wants us to do exactly. All right, Wiggly, here we go. Wiggly wants us to touch the front of our stomachs. Boy, that's an unusual thing, okay? Now what, Wiggly? Touch the top of our heads. Okay. Oh, that's very good, friends at home. I'm glad you're doing it with us. Wiggly wants us to touch the back backs of our heads. Okay? Wiggly wants us to touch our elbows. Let's see if we know where our elbows are. Oh, that's perfect. Wiggly wants you to touch your knee. Oh, Wiggly, that's tricky. Wiggly wants us to touch our other knees. I have to use you, Wiggly, to do that. We have both our hands on our knees, and you do too, friends at home. That's very good. Oh, no, I had a feeling Wiggly wants us to get lots of exercise and touch our toes way down there. Oh, stretching. Wiggly says, this is tricky and you have to listen. Wiggly says to touch your back to someone else's back. And friends, don't go away because we'll be right back. I think we have to...
From Kenner's Star Wars collection, the new Darth Vader TIE Fighter.
Careful, Luke, we've got company.
X-Wing fighter and action figure sold separately. Batteries not included.
It's on our tail, Luke.
Darth Vader's TIE Fighter has flashing lights, action sound.
Luke's force is strong, but we've got him now. Oh, no, you don't. We've lost our solar panels. Perfect hit. I'll be back.
Kenner's new Star Wars Darth Vader TIE Fighter. X-Wing fighter and action figure each sold separately.
Hey, let's have breakfast and get him up in the air.
It's going to be a golden day.
Oh, those golden grams. Oh, those golden grams. Graham cracker taste the cereal, but taste is such a treat.
Tastes like crisp honey graham crackers.
Oh, those golden grams. Golden honey, just a touch with Graham's golden wheat.
Tastes great. Golden grams, part of a good breakfast.
Try those golden grams and have a golden day.
Aha! Juice, toast, milk, and delicious fruit-flavored tricks. The right disguise will get me some. Welcome to Hawaii, Hawaii, Hawaii.
We're fine. How are you?
Oh, thank you.
Aloha tricks in raspberry red, lemon yellow, orange, orange. Woo!
It's the rabbit. Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids.
Bum, bum.
Tom and Jerry and TV Pow, every weekday at 4 o'clock here on Channel 2. Hi, I'm Pat McCormick, inviting you to join us for an exciting new TV game that you can play right from home. Watch, we have a game going right now, and nothing's happening. 10 shots, he's got one. 1 out of 10, and you're running down out of time. 2 out of 13. Wow. Hey, listen, send us a postcard, play TV Pow, win big prizes, and have fun. Join us for TV Pow and Tom and Jerry weekdays at 4 on Channel 2.
Boys and girls, as you know, we are studying about Library Week. We talked about all the things that are in a library, books and records, and in the books are all sorts of stories. Does anybody have any idea what a poem is?
A movie.
A poem? Well, they can make movies from a poem. They can do that. I can think of one that they've done that with, Adam. But a poem, it has something very special. You ever heard of words that rhyme?
No.
You know what a word that rhymes is? If I say
Horsey.
Horse, well, I can think of, let's see if I can think of a word, Chris, that rhymes with horse. This is a make-believe word. Horse, morse. Does that kind of sound like horse?
Yeah.
Morse. How about this word? Hat and
Cat.
good. Now you've got the idea. Bat, cat, mat, fat. Those are words that rhyme, and most poems have words that rhyme in them. I'm going to read you a few poems, and then I'm going to ask you if you can think of the words that rhyme. Boys and girls at home, I want you to listen very carefully and see if you can figure out what words rhyme. The name of this poem is At the Seaside. When I was down beside the sea, a wooden spade they gave to me to dig the sandy shore. My holes were empty like a cup. In every hole the sea came up till it could come no more. Now I'm going to read that very first part again and see if you can tell me two words that rhymed. When I was down beside the sea, a wooden spade they gave to me. Can you think of a word, two words that rhymed? How about sea and me?
I know one.
What, Chris?
Was it a wheel?
Well, that sounds very much alike. Let me read you another one. Can you think of one? Yes, that does rhyme with sea. That's right. You ready to listen to another one?
Yeah.
This one's about rain. The rain is raining all around. It falls on field and tree. It rains on the umbrellas here and on the ships at sea. Can anybody think of a word that rhymed with tree? Tree. And sea. You got it, Chris. Let me read you that again, because Chris knew it. He said tree and sea. The rain is raining all around. It falls on field and tree. That does rhyme with it. It rains on the umbrellas here and on the ships at sea. And Adam just thought of another word that rhymes with tree and sea. What was it, Adam? Key. Key, that's right. Yes, Jacob. And sea. Me. And me. And tree. And some of our friends at home are named Lee. Fish. Well, fish doesn't exactly rhyme with it, but maybe you thought of that, Chris, because it's in the sea. There are fish, aren't there? Yes. Yes. And let's try one more. This is called Time to Rise. A birdie with a yellow bill hopped upon the windowsill.
Chickens, they had a baby.
Well, that's true, but see if you can think of the word that rhymes here. A birdie with a yellow bill hopped upon the windowsill. Jacob.
Windowsill and the bird bill.
And the bill and the windowsill, that's right. And those are poems, boys and girls, and very many poems have words that rhyme. Good for you. And friends, I would like to tell you about a birthday party that we're going to have. Romper Room is celebrating its birthday, and we're inviting all of our friends to come to Frontier Village on April the 28th, and I will be there with Doobie from 11 o'clock until 2:30, and the most special prize of all is we're going to give all of our friends that are 6 years old and under, if you're 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, you can get into Frontier Village for free.
I'm 4.
You can come.
I'm 5.
You can come, and you could come, Chris. I know that I would let you in for free, and you could come too, Carrie. And friends, you be sure that if you come, all you have to do is draw a picture of Doobie, and we'll let you in for free, and you can go on 5 rides for free. Remember, April 28th. Boys and girls, let's go and have some fun through our tires, all right? And boys and girls at home, if you don't have tires, why don't you get down on the floor and you can pretend you're going through tires, or maybe under a table if it's all right. Chris, would you stand right here, and then everyone else line up behind you. First, I'm going to use just one, and then you can go around and go to the end when you finish, all right? You want to just crawl through that first? Good. All right, Adam. Good. All right. Here. Whoa. There we go. Good, Carrie. And Taffy. All right, Jacob. Good. And Lonnie. Adam, would you like to make any wild animal sound coming through there? Whoa, he's hungry. How about you, Carrie? Want to be a wild animal? No, how about a train? No? All right, we'll just have you crawl right through there. Go ahead. And Taffy, I'm going to put 2 up. Let's see if you can get through both of those, all right? Good for you. All right, Jacob. Whoa! Let's wait until one person's through. And friends, we'll be right back. Don't go away.
Look, the Burger King has a magic lasso.
I doubt that lasso trick is true. Any hunk of rope will do.
Now here are some fries and another surprise.
You can sign up now for the pitch, hit, and run competition. Boys and girls 9 through 12 can get entry blanks and details at participating Burger King restaurants. Every kid who enters gets this official pitch, hit, and run patch.
He's got food and fun for everyone. Burger King, yay!
Steve Austin is the $6 million man, a normal human being built into one of modern man's greatest creations. He's a classified top-secret project of the United States government, involved in the ultimate defense of our country. Almost completely destroyed, astronaut Steve Austin is rebuilt. He's stronger, faster, and better than before. He's a bionic Superman. Watch The $6 Million Man. He's worth it. The $6 Million Man, weeknights at 6 on Channel 2.
Weekdays at 4, you can play an exciting new game with us right from home. All you have to do is say, pow! Have a game going right now. And we have two hits out of... There's 3 out of 8. 4. Hey, doing pretty good. To play, send us a postcard with your name, address, and phone number, and we'll call you. Send the postcard to TV POW, Post Office Box 23350, Oakland, California, 94623. TV POW, Tom and Jerry, weekdays at 4 on Channel 2.
Tomorrow in Romper Room, boys and girls, will be a visit from Smokey the Bear. Romper, bomper, stomper, boo. Tell me, do. Magic mirrors, tell me today. Have all my friends had fun at play? Hi, Joel and Frank. Hello, Holly and Christina. There's Sasha and Delilah. Hi, Milton and Sadie. Hello, Charlotte and Fernando and Chico. There's Minnie and Kirby. And I'll see you in Romper Room at 8:30.
Romper Room, featuring Teresa Hawken, is a Burt Claster production.
Jack says it's time for Romper Room. And here we are again, boys and girls, in Romper Room School. And Wiggly's with us today. And Wiggly this time is going to be having us wiggle things. You have to listen very closely because he gets pretty crazy sometimes about what we're supposed to wiggle. All right, let's see what Wiggly's going to tell us to wiggle this time. Wiggly wants us to wiggle our arms and spread way out, lots of room to wiggle. This loosens us up in the morning. Lots of all those little kinks out of our bodies. Oh, just wiggling and wiggling and wiggling. Wiggly wants us to wiggle our legs. Pretty funny. That's good wiggling all over. We all have different ways of wiggling our legs. And how are you wiggling at home? Look at our legs just wiggling all over the place. All right, Wiggly, I know we did a very good job, didn't we? Yes, he liked the way we wiggled. Wiggly wants us to wiggle, oh, I knew he'd get funny. He wants us to wiggle our noses. Wiggle our noses, that's pretty hard, isn't it? I would like our friends at home to see us wiggling our noses. Look at these noses just wiggling around. Boy, our noses are getting exercise. Wiggly wants us to wiggle our mouths. How do you wiggle your mouth? Just all over.
I know how to do it.
Well, show those boys and girls at home, Chris, your mouth wiggling, because that's a great wiggle. That's pretty good. Oh, Wiggly, I knew it. Wiggly wants us to wiggle our bodies all over. Just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Are you wiggling at home? Just feel all those wiggles coming out. Oh, all over. Oh, that's very good. I see you at home wiggling. Oh, Exactly, I thought so. He would like Taffy to put him in where the books are so he could read. And we're going to get ready to do the Pledge of Allegiance, boys and girls. So why don't you stand at your house? Taffy, would you hold it today? And let me put you right here, Lonnie. That's it. Jacob, right there, and Adam. Friends at home, if you're sitting down, would you please stand up? Right there. Let's move you a little further back there, Chris. That's it. Taffy, I'm going to move you right over here so all of our friends can see you and the flag. Can you hold it just about like that? Now, let's see if you know your right hand. Oh, good, you remembered.
I don't want.
All right, good for you. This one here, Jacob, this one right there, that's it. Sometimes we forget, and put it near your heart. And friends, do you have your right hand near your heart?
I do.
Good for you. And let's see if you can stay with us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That was great. And that was very good, friends at home, that you stayed with us when you said it. Have you ever been on a balance beam before?
I have.
You have? Sometimes it's at your schools they have balance beams.
I got a brown one at my school.
You have a brown one, Jacob? Let me move it right over here.
I have the same kind.
And what I need for you to do is, can you get in a line starting? Let's start Jacob right there and everyone behind Jacob. And you'll all get a chance. Let's see if you can now, before you try to go very fast on a balance beam, the best thing to do is to take your time and use your arms to balance so that you don't fall off. You don't have to go very fast. You ready, Jacob? See if you can balance all the way across. Good, you're using your arms, that's good. Friends, if you don't have a balance beam at your house, maybe there's a line in your living room or at your school that you can walk across and pretend it's a balance beam. Good, you made it and you used your arms. That was great. All right, Taffy. Good, look at those arms helping her out. Very nice. All right, Adam. You would like to go sideways. That's just fine. Good for you. Would you like to go sideways too, Lonnie? Use your hands to balance. That really helps. Good. Would you like to go frontways or sideways? All right, sideways. Use your hands to help balance. Friends, we'll be right back. Don't go away. That's a little harder. Boys and girls, this is our friend George Criswell from the California Department of Forestry, and he's a ranger. Do you know what a ranger is? Jacob?
A person who saves people who are in the forest.
That's right. A person
There's
who's...
lots in the forest.
There's a lot of things in the forest, animals and people sometimes. He has a story that he's going to tell us, don't you, George?
Yes, I do.
And you know who the story's
Smokey
about?
Smokey Bear.
Yes, he's going to tell us a story about Smokey the Bear. So you just look at all these great pictures that he has.
All right, do you all know who Smokey the Bear is?
Yeah.
All right, once upon a time, when your mothers and fathers were still boys and girls, a tiny bear was born in faraway New Mexico. He ran, he jumped, he chased birds and butterflies. He was happy in the forest. Then a forest fire started. It was caused by someone who was careless. How did it start? Was it children playing with matches? Now, none of you children play with matches, do you?
No.
Okay. Was it someone burning trash or leaves? Someone called the rangers and told them about the fire. Was it a fire lookout on top of the mountain? Do you think it was?
No.
Was it a passing motorist who saw the fire from his automobile?
No.
Soon the rangers came and worked hard in the heat and dust to put the fire out. They had shovels, axes, and big bulldozers to work on it.
Well, it's the story of Smokey the Bear, and just listen a little bit more, Jacob.
And when the fire was out, what do you think the rangers found?
Smokey the Bear.
That's right. They found a little bear. He had climbed up in the tree to get away from the fire. The little bear was badly burned. His feet were burned. His paws were burned. And what do you think the little bear thought about the person who started that fire?
He wish he never did it.
Right.
Very good, Chris.
How do you think the little bear got down from the tree?
The man helped him down.
That's right. And the ranger, he took the little bear to a doctor who takes care of animals, and they fixed the bear up because he was really badly burned. After he was rescued by the rangers, what happened to the tiny cub then?
I don't know.
Let's find out what happens to the tiny cub.
He was very gently carried to an animal doctor. How could he eat if he couldn't walk and didn't have a forest to hunt in or a mother to nurse him? The rangers fed him and cared for him, just as mothers take care of people babies. Like your mothers and fathers take care of you, right? The little bear didn't have a home, and he didn't have a mother. And the rangers were too busy to look after a tiny bear. What do you think happened? That's right. They took him to a zoo in Washington, D.C. Smokey became a hero all the way across the country and way up in the North Woods and even in Canada. As he grew bigger and learned more, he told all the people on radio and television and also newspapers that they must follow his rules so they won't get burned. And also, they told little kids not to play with matches. Smokey is a full-grown bear now, and he's still going around telling people, and boys and girls like you, not to play with matches. And I don't think anybody here plays with matches, do you?
I know.
Okay, so you've been all real good in listening to my story today. How would you like to meet Smokey the Bear?
I do.
Boys and girls at home, would you like to meet Smokey the Bear?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can concentrate and get Smokey the Bear to come to Romper Room.
Hi, boys and girls.
Oh, my goodness. Hi, Smokey. Can you say hi to Smokey the Bear?
Hi, I'm really glad to be here today. Well, it's getting to be that time of year again when Smokey's going to need your help. This summer, when all the trees and grass are dry, Smokey's counting on all his friends not to play with matches. So, remember, kids, many of Smokey's friends live in the forest and need the trees and grasses for their homes. So remember, kids, don't play with matches, and only you can prevent forest fires.
Do you have anything you want to ask Smokey, Jacob?
I didn't play with matches.
Good for you. He didn't play with matches.
Oh, that's very good.
I
Smokey likes none of his friends to play with matches.
Yes, Adam.
One time I saw my friend shoot a firecracker.
Well,
Oh.
firecrackers aren't a very good idea
Very
to shoot, are
dangerous.
they, Smokey?
No, firecrackers also start fires, and they also can hurt you, too.
Yes, Chris.
I'll play with matches either.
That's
Really
great.
good.
And I know, Smokey, that all of our friends that are watching you right now at their house or their school, I know that they try to help prevent forest fires and save all of the animals and the people that are in the forest.
Very good.
Well, thank you very much for coming, Smokey. And thank you, George, for
You're
coming
welcome.
and teaching us on how to protect the forest. Can you say goodbye to Smokey?
Goodbye, kids. Thank you very much.
Bye, Smokey. Boys and girls, now I know that you're not ever going to play with matches. And there are lots of things that we can play. We don't play with matches, but we like to play with balls and all sorts of things, don't we? So why don't you stand up? Thanks, Chris. Well, I think so. Would you get a scooper right in there? And I'm going to get some bean bags, and we're going to have some fun with the catching game. Boys and girls, if you don't have a scooper at home, maybe there's a grown-up or an older brother or sister that can hold their hands out when you throw a ball into their hands. But you just stand right here at him, and everyone else just get right next to him. Right like that. You need lots and lots of space, though. And let's see if they can catch it with their scoopers. Are you ready? Can you move back, Chris? And Adam, can you move back a little bit? And spread out a little bit to the side. Can you move so you're not quite so close to each other? You ready, Jacob? Here we go. Oh, did you see that? Right in it. Could you throw that back to me with your scooper? Good throw. Are you ready, Lonnie? Here we go. Oh, did you see that? It got right on the very end. And friends, don't go away because we'll be right back. Throw it back to me. Oh, almost.
Ready, kids? Reach for a prize.
What can it be? Burgers and fries.
I'll uncover your trickery. Your magic looks pretty fishy to me. Well, this will bowl you over, Duke.
A pitch, hit, and run booklet where 3 Major League players give you tips on pitching, hitting, and running, plus a King iron-on your mother can iron on your shirt. Free to kids 12 or younger at participating Burger King restaurants. The Pitch, Hit, and Run booklet.
He's got food and fun for everyone. Burger King, yay! Catch Lucky!
Uh-oh, I'll make a cave and hide. Always after with Lucky Charms with sweet marshmallow surprises. Part of this complete breakfast.
Sounds yummy.
Rock Lucky Charms!
They're magically delicious.
It's Battlestar Galactica spacecraft stickers.
There are 3 spacecraft on each card.
With Battlestar spacecraft, you can give most anything a Galactica look. One of 4 cards in specially marked boxes of Lucky Charms.
Cheerios. Crunchy, yummy Oreos. The tasty way to round out this nutritious breakfast. When you want Cheerios. The great taste of Cheerios. Cheerios. Just Cheeriodle.
I got Captain Keds and his dog, Ked Sam. Me too, and Cheerios.
Ked stickers with Captain Keds and his dog Ked Sam.
I like them.
1 free in specially marked Cheerios boxes.
Weekdays at 4, you can play an exciting new game with us right from home. All you have to do is say, pow! Have a game going right now. And we have two hits out of... There's 3 out of 8. 4. Okay, doing pretty good. To play, send us a postcard with your name, address, and phone number, and we'll call you. Send the postcard to TV POW, Post Office Box 23350, Oakland, California, 94623. TV POW, Tom and Jerry, weekdays at 4 on Channel 2.
Boys and girls, have you ever wondered how a book is made? Have you ever wondered about that? Yeah. There's so many books all over. You've wondered about that, Adam? Yeah. Well, I'm going to show you today how a book is made. There's so many of them, and you think, A long, long time ago, if you wanted a book made, you know what you would have had to do?
What? Make your own book?
Make your own. That's right, Chris. You would have had to sit down and write out a story. Then you would have had to draw the pictures or to get someone to draw the pictures for you. Then you would have had to put it together. And do you think that you would make a whole lot of books that way?
Oh, yeah.
You think you would like to be able to make a whole lot?
I can make every kind of book.
You can make every kind. That's great, Adam. But you know, I think that if we didn't have a machine that helped us make books, I don't think we'd have as many books. And I'm going to show you exactly how a book is made. Now, this book isn't put together yet. First, a person wants to write a book, and he's called an author.
We talked about it.
That's right, Jacob. We talked about it, didn't we? Starts out with a big piece of paper. And at first, there's nothing on the big piece of paper. Do you see some of the letters upside down there?
Yeah.
And some of the pictures upside down? That would make a funny book, wouldn't it?
Yeah. What? Over there.
That's right.
With fire truck.
The fire truck's upside down, the boat's upside down. Well, first of all...
The giraffe's not.
The giraffe's not, and you're going to find out why. Start out with a big piece of white paper. And look what's on the other side. See some pictures there upside down also?
Cat's upside down.
Yeah. Cat's upside down.
The elephant's upside down. The dog's upside down.
That's right.
The elephant upside down.
Well, then it gets folded. Just like that.
And there's no picture there.
And there's no picture there. That's right. What would happen if we dropped this? Do you think that sometimes maybe the pages would come apart and it would get all wrinkled?
When it's not all the way, when it's not taped in there.
That's absolutely right, Chris. If it wasn't taped in, and that's the part we're going to get to. Then what happens in the next part, still it isn't hooked together yet. Can you see what someone did right there? What does that look like?
String.
There's string there.
And it ain't stringed in the book.
But it isn't strung in the book. No, that's right. Does this look a little bit like a sewing machine might have done that?
Yeah.
Well, it is. It's a special kind of sewing machine that puts books together. But this is very strange. And boys and girls, look at this. Usually when we turn a page, you can get to certain parts, but this isn't even ripped open. Look at that. Isn't that strange? How could you read a book like that? What needs to be done to all those pieces?
The part has to be open.
It's
on the book.
That's right. It needs to be opened. So, after it gets sewn together, a certain kind of machine does something special called trimming it, or opening all of the pages. And the machine can do it very, very fast. Now you see the letter A and the letter B. And before, this was that great big piece of paper that had, someone said it had the cat upside down. Remember when it was upside down? Did you say that, Adam?
I said the elephant.
Now they're all going the right way, aren't they? But look it doesn't have any cover. So what do you think it needs?
The cover.
It needs the cover. Now I wonder how in the world they would get that on. What happens is do you see what's inside the cover? What's that?
Nothing.
That's called cardboard. But there isn't anything. You're right, Chris. There isn't anything inside yet. And that same machine, boys and girls, takes the cover and fits the cover right on over the cardboard. Then another part of that machine puts the book together with something called glue. Doesn't have any glue on it now, does it?
No.
But I will show you what the book looks like when it's all finished. That part has been glued on. and that means that you can read it.
With special glue.
It's special glue. And can you understand now why you never, ever, ever take a book and put it down like this? Because what might happen?
It might break.
It might break because it's just glue, and this cover could come right off the top. And that is how a book is made. It starts with a great big piece of paper, and it gets sewn and cut and glued.
Glue is very strong.
Well, they use a very special, very strong kind of glue to keep the book together. But you're right, though, Jacob. It could come apart. That's why we shouldn't ever put books down like that. And friends at home, what I want you to do is stand up with us right now if you're sitting down, because we're going to have some fun playing bowling. And we're going to bowl our sponge blocks down. Would you each get one of these? And I'll get the blocks. If you don't have blocks at your house, you can use milk cartons. Maybe you can, after your family finishes drinking milk, you can save the cartons and then use a ball. All right, can you get in a line, boys and girls, like you were before when we played the catching game? And get down on the floor, right down here. Whoa, right along there. I'm going to set these up right here. Can you get right where the stools are? Thank you very much, Chris. And face the sponge blocks, and I'll call out your name, and you can knock it down. Are you ready? You want to get down on the floor? I think you'll do a little bit better that way. You ready? All right. Chris, why don't you go ahead and see if you can knock some down? Good for you. You're welcome. Adam? Boy, you almost got two that time. Good. All right, Jacob, your turn. Good. Watch where you're throwing it. Go ahead, Taffy. Good bowlers. All right, Lonnie. Oh, I thought you were going to have two marks gone right down to the ground. Okay, Carrie. Oh, almost. You know whose turn it is. Chris, it's your turn. Go ahead. Oh, almost. All right, Adam, your turn. Good for you. All right, Jacob. Here it comes. Oh, good. Taffy, your turn. Good. All right, Lonnie. Oh, almost. Carrie? Good. You tried bouncing it. I didn't know if that would go down or not, but you did it. And friends, we'll be right back, so don't go away. All right, now I'll throw your ball. Whoa!
Crazy straw. Crazy straw. Crazy straw.
There's never been a straw crazier. Kids everywhere love Crazy Straw because it makes drinking milk and juice just like playing a game. Everyone should have Crazy Straw, but be sure to get the original because Crazy Straw is safe and non-toxic. Look for Crazy Straw at your favorite store soon.
Get up, everybody, and let's get into the fun. It's going to be a golden day.
Oh, those golden grams. Oh, those golden grams.
Graham cracker taste and cereal.
That taste is such a treat.
Tastes like crisp honey graham cracker.
Oh, those golden grams. Golden honey.
Just a touch
With grams golden wheat.
Crunchy. Part of a good breakfast.
Try those golden grams. And have a golden day.
Steve Austin is the $6 million man, a normal human being built into one of modern man's greatest creations. He's a classified top-secret project of the United States government, involved in the ultimate defense of our country. Almost completely destroyed, astronaut Steve Austin is rebuilt. He's stronger, faster, and better than before. He's a bionic Superman. Watch The $6 Million Man. He's worth it. The $6 Million Man, weeknights at 6 on Channel 2.
Boys and girls, tomorrow I'm going to show you how to make printing out of a tin can. Romper, bomper, stomper, boo. Tell me, do. Magic mirror, tell me today. Have all my friends had fun at play? I see you, Omar and Sherilyn. Hello, Daniel and Rachel. Hi, Robbie and Anthony. I see you, Carrie and Corey. Hi, Polly. I see you, Christina and Karen. And I'll see you in Romper Room at 8:30.
Romper Room.
Happy Jack says it's time for Romper Room. Welcome, boys and girls, to Romper Room on a Friday. And we're getting ready to dance with Doobie because Doobie's here in Romper Room and wants to find out if we remember what he told us on Monday. Are you ready to do the Doobie dance?
Yeah.
Oh, good. And at your house, why don't you stand up with us and buzz like a bee and dance all around. Here we go. Mr. Music. Oh, that is great. Look at those wings going back and forth. I'm glad to see you standing at your house and dancing with us. Doobie, I know. I think that they do remember. And let's see if they do remember. Friends at home, think back if you can remember what Doobie said about books.
Don't put them down on that spread out.
Adam, that was just great. Could you turn around so all of our friends at home can see you? And would you tell them that again?
Don't put books down on the table when they're spread out.
That's right, because what might happen to them?
It might tear up.
It might tear up or it might break. So do be a book careful, won't you, boys and girls?
Or maybe the cover might cut in pieces, maybe.
That's right, Jacob, and we found out yesterday about that, how it stays together, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's right. And friends, why don't you stand up at your house if you're not standing right now, because we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Adam, would you hold the flag for us today? There you go. And I'm going to put all of my friends here in Romper Room so that you can see them. Right there, right there, right here. Lonnie, could you come and stand right here? We're going to move down just a little bit this way. There you go. Okay, Autumn, I'm going to put you right here so all of our friends can see you holding the flag. That's great.
When are we going to do this?
I just don't know when we're going to get a chance to do that, Chris, but do you know your right hand? Okay, let's see if you can take your right hand, this one right here, Taffy, the other one, that's right, and put it near your heart. Good. And friends at home, do you have your hand near your heart? Why don't you say the words with us? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good. Thank you very much, Adam. Boys and girls, those words are very, very hard words. Some of those words are hard to say. So if you don't know them, you just keep practicing with us and you'll learn them. With it being springtime, sometimes you just feel all happy inside and you want to play music. You ever feel like that?
Yeah.
Well, let's play some music this morning, all right? Lonnie, would you take the tambourine? Chris, I'm going to give you the drum, and then we can switch later. There you go. Another tambourine for you here. Carrie, there you are. Would you like to play a banjo or a guitar? No?
I am.
Okay, there you go, Jacob. And I'm going to play this one and give the cymbals to Taffy. There you are. And we need one for you, don't we? There you go, Adam. That one makes lots of noise. And let's go over in our play area so we can march around. Friends, if you don't have an instrument, maybe your mom or your teacher will let you get a pan and a spoon, and you can bang on the bottom of it, because that makes a very good sound. Loud, but it's still a good instrument. You ready? All right, and let's march around. Instruments, all right? Doesn't matter who you change with. Can I change with you, Lonnie? There we go. And let's this time go around the other way, all right? Can we go around the other way, this way? Do you still have the same one? Could you trade with her, Kathy? Would that be all right? Thank you. That would be great. There you go.
I'll trade with you. Yeah.
Let's just switch like that. Thank you, Carrie. There we go. All right, sometimes you just can't get everything, the instrument that you want. So let's go around this way. Adam, you want to be in front of me? Okay, here we go.
Italian-American.
Boys and girls, we've been studying about books in Romper Room. You know all those beautiful pictures that you see in books?
Yes.
If someone had to paint them each time in every book, do you think that would take a long, long time?
Yes. It would almost take till nighttime.
Well, it would take at least till nighttime, Jacob, that's for sure.
Or till midnight.
Yes.
And then you'll be doing it and doing it until the morning. You'll be doing it some more.
That's right, and it would just take so long that you just wouldn't get time to do all the books that you want.
And you wouldn't get to sleep.
And you wouldn't get to sleep, that's right. Well, what I'm going to be showing you today in Romper Room is how to print. Now, we know how to print with letters, like if you know how to write your name.
It's thin sheet.
It's thin sheet.
J-A-C-O-B.
Well, look at this way of how to print. This is just a can, and a lot of you like to get food out of a can.
Tuna can.
You can use a tuna can. You can use just about any can. And you take the paper off of it, and you get a piece of rope like this, and you get some glue.
How come there's no glue here?
Well, there's no glue because I've already done one for you, Jacob. And you can just wrap it around like that. And after it's glued together, it takes a little while to have the glue stick. I made a design like that. Now watch what happens. Here's some paint. And I am going to do something called printing. It's not with letters of the alphabet. Now, you just watch what happens on this piece of paper.
Oh, I did that.
Do you know what's going to happen?
Yeah, it's going to be green.
You think it's going to be green? We're going to take some extra paint off.
And it's going to be like that rope is.
Good for you. You think that's going to be just like the rope? Okay, and let's see when I lift this up what happens. We have lots of paint on the can. And what happened? What design is that? It's the rope, that's right. Let's put the can right over here.
I want to do one.
You want to do one, Chris? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of potato. Now, this potato, boys and girls, I don't want you to go into your kitchen and take a potato. This potato was a little bit old, and I bought it just for this particular thing in Romper Room to do it, to show you how to print. Chris, why don't you come over here, and I'd like you to dip the potato like that, just the bottom part, in the paint, like that, and I want you to put that on the yellow paper. And let's see if that's the shape of the potato. That is the shape of the potato, isn't it? Good, thank you, Chris. You can put it right down on the newspaper. That's what the newspaper's there for. What kind of a shape do you think this bottle cap is going to make?
Circle.
You think it's going to make a circle? Let's see. Adam, why don't you come over here? Friends at home, do you think that this is going to make a circle?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what happens. See if you can hold it just like that so that you don't get too much paint. Oh, you're doing it a different way. Well, let's see what happens. Now, that's interesting. Let me show the boys and girls at home, Adam, what you did. He used this part that has the hole in the center of it. It's just empty. And so when he put it down, he just got the outside. And it is shaped just like a circle. Thank you, Adam. That was fine. Now, let's see. What's this here? A cork.
I want to do another one.
Carrie, why don't you come over here? I'm going to give someone else a chance, Chris. You can use all sorts of things, boys and girls at home, but be sure that you get permission from a grown-up first. You want to just put that in the paint. Just the tip of it. You can hold it right like that. And just dip it in the paint.
Any paint on it. It's going to be a circle.
Think that's going to be a circle? Let's find out. Is that a circle?
Yeah.
Good, that's a circle. Thank you, Carrie. Now we've done a cork, and we've done a can. What shape? Well, first of all, what is this? Anyone know what that is?
Egg bottle.
It is from an egg carton. That's right, Chris. Let's give someone else a chance, okay? I know that you would like to do all of them because printing is so much fun. Taffy, why don't you come on over here? And remember, boys and girls, we talked about using things over and over again, and here we are using our egg carton again. To put it right in the paint, and dip it right, and put it right on the paper.
It's not going to be a circle because it's going to have bumps.
And let's see what shape it is. It isn't a circle, is it? It's a very unusual shape. It's a little bit like a square, but not really. Thank you, Taffy.
It looks like a face.
Let's cut a old lemon and see what happens.
I didn't look first.
Let's see, is there anyone else? Would you like to try it, Lonnie? All right.
I'll do that.
Now, this is pretty juicy for an old lemon. Let's try and see what shape it makes. What shape do you think it's going to make?
Circle.
A circle. Let's see if that's what happens. Oh, now that's kind of interesting. We've got the juice mixed up with the paint.
I'll get another.
And it did come out almost like a circle, didn't it? And I think we've just about used it. Well, Chris, we're not going to do any more, but I think that this is something that you would like to do at your house. So maybe you can have your mom or a grown-up do it with you.
I don't have any paint.
If you don't have any paint, you can use a little bit of water and food coloring in that water. And that might work. Let's go over and get our balls and let's play soccer. Remember, boys and girls, what don't we use when we play soccer?
Our hands.
Our hands, that's right. There you go, Jacob. The soft balls. And I'm going to get 2 stools and put them right over there to see if you can kick the ball through the 2 stools. And let's start way back here, okay? Remember to kick it with the inside of your feet, boys and girls. The inside. Move it along. Move it along. That's all right. Go ahead, Jacob. Just use your feet. Well, see if you can kick your ball around her, Jacob. And Adam, that's it. You can just go get it and then bring it back and just kick it right over there. Oh, if you kick it just one kick like that, Adam, then it usually goes too far and doesn't go through. Well, just, Jacob, I'll tell you what, why don't you start over here?
I did it.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Jacob, can I show you something? Go like this. Move it all the way along and all the way up to it. Not one very big kick, and then kick it right through when you get right up to it. Good. And remember, friends, when you use a soccer ball, you don't use your hands. You can even use your head. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Yeah, hey, let's have a glass of milk with that crazy straw. Okay. I like the way I can milk go round and round and round with a crazy straw. Do you think the milk keeps going around in my tummy? No, it doesn't. It's just a lot of fun to drink milk and juice with a crazy straw. Brothers. Hey!
Crazy Straw from Kurt Products.
Let's have breakfast and get him up in the air.
It's going to be a golden day.
Oh, those golden grams. Oh, those golden grams. Graham cracker taste the cereal, but tasting such a treat.
Tastes like crisp honey graham crackers.
Oh, those golden grams. Golden honey, just a touch with Graham's golden wheat.
Tastes great. Golden grahams, part of a good breakfast.
Try those golden grams and have a golden day.
Hey, Dudley Rabbit here. You can shake your head, you can shake a leg, but now this Easter you can shake an egg. It's the new fun way to color eggs with my Shake an Egg Easter kit. Look, you get 6 packets of kooky coloring crystals, 6 shaker bags, my handy drying rack, 5 egg stands, plus 4 puppet mittens. To shake an egg, just dip a hard-boiled egg in water and put it in a bag. Now add the coloring crystals and shake. Let the eggs dry, then rinse with water. And look what a fabulous burst of color you've created. Use my Easter pals to show off the very best eggs. So look for Dudley's Shake an Egg, the new fun way to color eggs. And here's an adorable way to say Happy Easter to someone you love. It's Cuddly Dudley, a very huggable Easter surprise that'll be a real favorite all year long. Available at fine stores everywhere.
Boys and girls, do you have any idea what all of these books are called?
books.
They're books, but they're special.
Encyclopedias.
Very good, Adam. They're called encyclopedias. And each one of these books is called a volume of the encyclopedia. Do you know what kind of things you can find in an encyclopedia?
Airplane is cars.
Things about airplanes and cars. What else, Jacob?
And apples and
buses.
Apples and cars and ants.
All sorts of things. That's right, Chris.
Oranges.
Things about oranges.
People.
We're going to see, and you can find things about people too. I'm going to put this one back. Do you see what letter that is on the top of that? That's A. I'm going to show all of you here. A. And I'm going to put A right back since it's the very first letter of the alphabet. And we're going to decide what book we want to get out of there to find some information about it. Do we want to find some things out about age? Or city? You want to find out things about a city?
Yeah.
All right, wait till I finish and then see what you think. Or do we want to find out something about dogs?
No. I want to find something about cats.
Or mail? Which should we? You want to? Can we look to see if we can find something about mail?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's look for mail first, and then if we get time, Chris, to find cats, we will. Well, Adam, what letter does mail start with? M. Could you come around the table and see which book there you think would have mail in it? You have to look for now the letter M, and let's see, boys and girls, if you can find it in our set of encyclopedias. See that one right there? All right, you want to pull that out? And I'll hold this. Okay, why don't you bring it around, and we'll see if the word mail is in there. Chris, do you think that you could just have a seat right there so everyone can see? Thank you. Let's see, Adam. All right, now he found the volume M, so you're right, Adam. And I'm going to look through here. But boys and girls, this might be part that a grown-up would need to do to find exactly what it is you want to find out about. Oh, you did it. Mail. There's information about mail in here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to read you a little bit of what it says about mail, all right? You need to be real quiet, though, Adam, so we can find out about it. Okay, you ready? What happens to a letter after you write it and fold it and put it into an envelope? Yes,
the mailman comes get it.
Okay, it gets put into... yes,
the mailman comes get it.
The mailman comes and gets it.
And gives it to the person you want it to go to.
And a mailman gives it to the person you want it to go to. How does your...
He knows that because he put everything so he knows where it is.
He does. He takes all that mail and puts it someplace so that someone will know where it is. It does go in a truck. Let's find out something else about it.
It goes in the mail place.
That's called a post office, isn't it, Jacob? The mail place that it goes to is called a post office. That's right. How does your letter get to your friend after you seal the envelope?
The mailman gives it to him.
Do you write your name on it?
Yeah.
Or do you write the person's name on it?
Write the name on it.
You write the name of your friend on the front, and the street, and the number,
and the building,
and the town, the state, and the zip code. You stick on a stamp, and you drop it in the mailbox. So you are absolutely right. I wonder what happens after you drop it in the mailbox.
The mailman has cars come get it.
Here it says it. A letter gets from one place to another in many different ways.
You put the mail in. He got the key. No one else got the key to open up the bottom.
Jacob,
the mailman.
Just a minute, Chris. I want to answer what Jacob said. Jacob was right because Jacob says that the mailman has a key and he opens up the mailbox so that your letters, no one else will get those letters you drop in the mailbox except that mailman. It may be carried in the mail car, just like Adam was saying, of a train, or by bus, or boat, or mail truck.
I said this one.
It can even go by an airplane so that it gets there
That's a helicopter.
And I'm going to show you a picture and all our friends at home. And that's right, that is a helicopter, Chris. And there's the train, and there's the mail truck. And we've just found out something about mail in a volume of the encyclopedia that Adam found. And what letter was it again, Adam, that you went and got? What letter was that? The letter M, because mail starts with the letter M.
I don't know how to start with cat.
Now I'm going to put it right here.
I'm not start with cat.
What does cat start with, Chris? C, and you're right. And let's go over to our play area because we're going to have some fun with one piece of string, boys and girls. If you've got a piece of string at your house or at your school, get a friend to hold one part.
How did you get that so fast?
Oh, it's just like magic. And would you like to help me, Adam, hold it? All right, why don't you stand right over there?
What do?
And let's see. Now I need you to come over on this side, Carrie and Taffy and Lon. Right there. One person at a time. You need to be in a line. Let's have Taffy go first. It's not jump rope. We're going to hold it real still. Real still, Adam. Now she's going to jump over it without touching. Good. All right, Carrie. You can go to the end of the line, Taffy, because you're going to get another chance. All the way around. Good, Chris. Taffy, why don't you come over this way so you get another turn? Good. Let's put it a little higher, Adam. Not too high. All right, Carrie. Good, and she didn't touch it. Chris? Good. Jacob? Whoa, that was a great jump. All right, Taffy. Good. Little bit higher. Just a little. Good. Chris? Good. Big jumps again. Oh, there goes those glasses. All right. Good. And we'll be right back, boys and girls. Don't go away. Good. What good jump.
Cheerios. Crunchy, yummy Oreos. The tasty way to round out this nutritious breakfast when you want Cheerios. The great taste of Cheerios. Cheerios. Just Cheeriodle.
I got Captain Keds and his dog, Ked Sam. Me too, and Cheerios.
Ked stickers with Captain Keds and his dog Ked Sam.
I like them.
One free in specially marked Cheerios boxes.
Tom and Jerry and TV Pow, every weekday at 4 o'clock here on Channel 2. Hi, I'm Pat McCormick, inviting you to join us for an exciting new TV game that you can play right from home. Watch, we have a game going right now, and nothing's happening. 10 shots, he's got one. 1 out of 10, and you're running down out of time. 2 out of 13. Wow. Hey, listen, send us a postcard, play TV Pow, win big prizes, and have fun. Join us for TV Pow and Tom and Jerry weekdays at 4 on Channel 2.
When the Giants are home, there's no place to watch a game like Candlestick Park. And when they're away, there's no place to watch a game like Channel 2. They'll take you so close to the action, you just might smell the hot dogs. This is Gary Park. Join Lindsey Nelson and me for all the action of the first regular season telecast when the Giants take on the Reds Friday at 5 on Channel 2.
Boys and girls, you come to Romper Room next week because we're going to have special animals, so be sure to come. Romper, bomper, stomper, boo, tell me do. Magic mirror, tell me today, have all my friends had fun at play? I see you, Alexander and Michelle. Hi, Arthur and Angelo. There's Kermit and Addie. Hi, Dustin and Justine. Hi, Karen and Judy. I see you, Justin and Nancy. And I'll see you in Romper Room at 8:30.
Romper Room, featuring Teresa Hawken, is a Bert Claster production. Doctors Gilbert B. Schiffman and Paul Daniels, Department of Education, the Johns Hopkins University, and consultants to Romper Room have participated in the formulation of and approved the format of the Romper Room program. The exercises on Romper Room have been developed in cooperation with the President's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports. Stay tuned now for Lucille Ball and I Love Lucy, next on Channel 2.